My boss asked me to do something that could ruin my life forever. When I first got hired at the company, I thought I'd hit the jackpot. It wasn't just the salary, it was the opportunities, the exposure, the promise that if I worked hard, I could climb the ladder fast. My boss, Mr. Carson, was the type of guy everyone respected. He was sharp, well-spoken, and had this way of making you feel like you mattered. I was eager to prove myself, so when he called me into his office late one Friday evening, I thought maybe, just maybe, it was finally my turn to shine. The office was eerily quiet that night. Most of my coworkers had already left, and the only light came from Carson's corner office. When I stepped in, he didn't even look up from his computer. "Close the door," he said. His tone was firm, colder than usual. I obeyed, trying to steady my nerves. "I've been keeping an eye on you," he continued, finally glancing up with a smile that didn't reach his eyes. "You're smart, reliable, someone I can trust." My chest swelled with pride. That's all I'd been working for, recognition. But then his voice lowered. "I need you to help me with something important, something sensitive." He slid a thick folder across the desk toward me. I opened it and froze. Inside were documents I had no business seeing. Contracts, financial records, numbers that didn't add up. My stomach dropped as I skimmed through them. What is this?" I asked, my voice trembling. Carson leaned back in his chair, his hands folded. "Let's just say the company has certain ways of staying ahead. These numbers need to be adjusted before Monday's board meeting. You'll make it look clean. You'll make it look perfect." My hands went cold. He was asking me to falsify financial reports. Straight up fraud. "Sir, I don't think I can." He cut me off with a sharp look. "Don't think, just do. You want a future here, don't you?" I felt like the air had been sucked out of the room. On one hand, this was my dream job. On the other, if I went along with this, I could be destroyed if anyone found out. Prison wasn't out of the question. I tried to protest again, but Carson leaned forward, his eyes narrowing. "You're already involved," he said quietly. "You opened that folder. You know what's inside. If this comes out, who do you think they'll believe? The rising star with everything to lose? Or me, the man who built this company?" My blood ran cold. He wasn't just asking me, he was threatening me. He had me cornered, and he knew it. That entire weekend, I barely slept. The folder sat on my desk at home like a loaded gun. My mind raced with possibilities. If I refused, he could frame me. If I went along with it, I'd be complicit. I thought about calling HR, or even the authorities, but Carson wasn't stupid. He had friends in high places, people who owed him favors. One word from him, and my career would be over before it started. By Sunday night, I'd convinced myself there had to be a third option, something I hadn't thought of yet. So I started digging. I stayed up all night combing through old emails, company memos, even hidden files in the shared drive, and the deeper I went, the uglier it got. Carson had been doing this for years, moving money around, creating fake invoices, laundering cash through shell companies, and worse. He had dirt on almost everyone in management. I realized something terrifying. He wasn't just testing me, he was pulling me into his web, making me another pawn in his game. Monday morning came. My heart pounded as I walked into the boardroom, the folder clutched in my hands. Carson was already there, cool and collected, sipping his coffee like nothing was wrong. He gave me a knowing smile as if to say, "You did the right thing." The meeting began. Charts, numbers, endless slides. Finally, it was Carson's turn to present. He stood up, cleared his throat, and motioned to me. "My associate has prepared some final figures for us." The room went silent. All eyes turned to me. I felt sweat trickling down my back. In my hands, I didn't just have one folder. I had two. One with the falsified numbers Carson had demanded, and another with every piece of evidence I'd found over the weekend. My pulse was racing. This was it, the moment that could make or break me. If I handed over the fake folder, I'd be safe for now. But if I exposed him, I had no idea what he'd do to me. I stood there, frozen, my hands shaking as I tried to decide. Carson's eyes locked on mine. For the first time since I'd known him, I saw a flicker of fear. He knew I had figured him out, and that's when it hit me. Whatever choice I made in that moment, my life would never be the same again. Should I protect myself and stay silent, or risk everything to bring him down?